looking one, and for every tuba student that we have to have two. We have to have one at school, we also have to have one for them to take home. So if any of you happen to know there's any tubas laying around not being used, please come here. The fifth grade has been working very, very hard. I do want to compliment the fifth grade parents. This is the most cooperative, quiet group that I've had in a long time. Not saying that the others aren't cooperative, but this has been a very quiet group. I actually only have to come out here and stand and be quiet. I didn't do it, they just did it, so you must have done something. So thank you, because when you have over 100 kids at a time, you're outnumbered. We're going to do a few different things tonight. Well, if you've been to these concerts, they're not new, but we're going to play songs as a group, we're going to play songs as individual groups, and then we have a magical hat. And Mrs. Mitchell has a magical hat on. And we draw names out of the magical hat. Any child that wants to play a solo tonight, put their names in the magical hat. So our first song we're going to play for you tonight is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Our first soloist of the evening, and they're all like, oh, is it going to be me? Is Brandon Jacobs. Hey, Brandon. Brandon with a stroke. Soloist is Brian Hamill. Zachary Morrow. for those of you that were in band back when years ago it was called French folk song. Jared Channelmeyer. Keith Gustafson. And the next lucky winner is Caitlin Schneider. What's really amazing is Mrs. Mitchell and I go work on these solos. In the case of this young lady, these are notes that the band hasn't even learned yet. So this is, one way beyond. And now I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Mitchell.
As we started in the beginning of the year, in case you're curious, we start with just the flutes together for a day, just the clarinets on another day, the trumpets on another day. And within the space of 2 weeks, we bring them together in 2 rooms. We have a room of woodwinds, which is our flutes and clarinets, our oboe, and our saxophones. And then we had a separate room, which had trumpets, French horns, trombones, baritones, tubas, and percussion. So we're going to play a couple songs for you. The next one, Merrily to Roll Along, is going to be just the woodwinds. So they spent most of the fall as a group by themselves. And then next after that, the oaks, P's, and B's, the brass and the percussion.
Kyle Steve. David Smith. Todd Burke. And now for our brass percussion song. They said we keep doing solos as long as the audience is being patient. We're being very patient. Morgan Loss. before I continue on with, excuse me, well, before Mrs. Mitchell continues on, I'd like to take a moment and introduce our student directors. This year we've been fortunate enough to have 5 student directors, and I think they probably learned more than one of the 5th graders. They started out at the beginning of the year and they each had to learn a different instrument. When I walked into the band room tonight, my flute player was playing trumpet duets with my baritone player. So, you know, they've been learning lots of new things, and I'd like to introduce them at the time and their major instrument. The first one would be Heather Adata. Heather plays clarinet. The next one is Sarah Roll, who is a baritone player. And then we have Rachel Matassi, in-house over. Abby Phillips, flute. Nancy Herbig, flute. And the person who always has to be top dog, Ben Carollo. Our next selection is Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells presents a little counting problem for them, which they've had to overcome. At one point, they have 5 notes in a row, the same note 5 times, and somehow 5 doesn't want to go in their head. Right after the 5, they've got another note 3 times. So it has a meltdown problem sometimes. We'll hope tonight it comes out as well as it did this morning. 4 and then 3. They did very well this morning, so we'll see. done since the beginning of the year is we've taught them how to count, we've taught them how to read music, we've taught them how to put their instruments together, we've taught them how to use their tongues to produce tones, we've taught them how to blow properly through there. They know 6 or 7 notes at this point. But the most important thing that they need to learn, and especially when you have a group of this size, is how to play together as a band. We're very fortunate to have a very fine set of drummers, and it helps a lot when the drum section can follow the director. We actually do something other than wave our arms up here. I know most people don't really realize that we are a functional human being, but the next song is their chance to show you in sections how well they watch me. Now, sometimes I'm successful at this, and other times I'm a dismal failure. And we're hoping that I am not a failure tonight, right, trumpets? Okay, just put a little pressure on the trumpets. For those of you that have been at my concerts before, you know what's coming up. Go tell that roadie, I guarantee if this is your first time, you'll never forget it. That's quite an exercise for a group like this to keep their concentration going. And I do it every year. I kind of started out as a fluke, and it's kind of actually, there is some educational value in that. What's the list? Okay. Daniel Hurley. Carl Trank. Casey Williamson. Our next song, Go Tell Me Jolly Old St. Nicholas. Oh my, look at the excitement. Whew. You know, we thought it was unfair that I was the only one that got to wear a hat. So we thought we'd let them wear their hats too if they had one. So go ahead and bring it. So here we go. Now, this is our latest accomplishment. Mrs. Hubbard has a bunch of noisy students behind her. No, Mrs. Hubbard has in her hand a piece of music, one piece of music. The first time they get a piece of music like this, they say, all of it? Do we just keep going? And not only do they just keep going and going and going, they don't all play the same thing at the same time. The trombones and the baritones may be playing whole notes, while the trumpets and the flutes and the clarinets are playing quarter notes. So then the mathematical genius of it all starts to come forward, and if everybody holds their notes the right amount of counts, it all fits together like a puzzle. So we have Jolly Old St. Nicholas for you.
And our older band students have their concert next Wednesday night in the big gym at 7 o'clock. And next Wednesday night, we are also, delivering, I guess. We're selling poinsettias. And if any of you would like to buy a poinsettia from the band party, we'd love to have you buy one from us. The catch is you need to come to the concert and pick it up. Because you don't have to stay, I suppose, but that's where they're going to be. Because we're not going to go track you down and give it to you. There will be order forms in the cafeteria afterwards along the trees. If you'd like to order one from us, they come in red or pink or white, and they're $10 each. The reason we're selling this is I'm doing a community service in March. I'm taking 165 high school kids out of the district, and I'm taking them to Texas, okay, for a high school band trip. It takes a lot of money to do this, so we have fundraisers, and we try to stay away from going door to door and saying, "Hi, I'm selling candy. Would you like a candy bar?" Okay? So instead of doing that, we use some other fundraisers. The poinsettias are pretty simple. You pay for them, you pick them off, they're yours. The other major fundraiser that we're doing this year, and I can't say that it's really mine, it's really Penny Weir's, was a founding father, whatever you call it, of the Byron Civic Center. And our biggest fundraiser this year is we are doing Dickens A Christmas Carol. This is the first community production we've ever put on in Winnebago, and it is Sunday, December 17th. There are 3 places you can buy tickets. You can buy them out of the band room, you can buy them from Changes, and you can buy them from Culver's. So far, in less than 3 days, we have sold over half the tickets available. So if anybody's interested in coming, I highly recommend it. It's just totally awesome. It started out as a campfire discussion, more than fun to do, and it's just very, very, very good. So if you have that evening or afternoon free, it's 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock, please come. Winnebago, as you can see, is full of talent. It doesn't just start at this, it goes all the way up. We have preschoolers, we have people that are 65 in this program. Even this gentleman right here could be in it had he wanted to. So, we're going to have a couple more solos, and then we're going to end with a special treat. Hannah Lemke. Lindsay is one of our players that she decided she did put her name here. What do you think is pretty good play for us, Lindsay?
All right.
Hey, who wants to hear Lindsay play? We told her her name was pulled out.
Daniel Aguilar. And our final soloist of the night is Isabella Benassi. It takes a lot of nerve to put something in that head. So, could I have a round of applause for all the soloists? One other announcement, we're also selling bagel bears out there. They're little orange black bears and they say bagel on them. So if you're interested in the very rare future, kind of like the New Year's. Before we conclude with our last song, I would like to give for teachers and the principal, please stand. That's you guys back there. Would you please stand? You're aware of it, but you probably have the best group of teachers ever in that 5th grade staff. They're wonderful to work with. They let me have my own way. So I really like them. The principal's okay, you know, I'll just say, principal's a principal. But I hope that this is the first of many concerts that I see you at. 4th grade parents, if your children sign up for band, you'll hear go till I go next year. You'll hear a lot of the same songs. That's about where we are getting to the book. But it's more exciting when it's your children. Okay? We have an awesome song we're going to end. It features our trombone section. And while they're standing up, it's called First Slide. And my special elf helper tonight, holding the microphone, was Mr. Brian Denning. Would you please stand up and be recognized?
concerts with well over $2,000. We'd like to get all these things out of here before you crash into them or they crash into you. So